I'm like, it's very condescending that you use that term to be like, you're stupid enough to do it. Do you think I'm going to be, hey lady, you're just stupid because you did it anyway? Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's me again. Got another video for you today. It's about, it's complicated. You know I like these reaction videos and how we ask video to men and women.
When it comes to dating and relationships, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
The woman.
Ooh,
Okay.
the woman for sure.
The woman.
The woman.
The woman.
So if the woman is the prize, what would that make the man?
The wallet.
Okay, oh my god. I remember when I went on a date and somebody told me, you can't go on a date without money, you have to pay. And I remember I was like, dude, I only have $5 and I don't have anything to eat. I'm studying, I'm poor as shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't that place the man at a lower value and status to the woman?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Don't women typically want to date a man on her level or higher?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Usually.
Don't women typically want to date a man who's a prize and not a loser?
No, I like to be better.
Okay, that is stupid though. The point is, I understand how you can be the prize, but both have to see each other as a prize.
So if a woman declares herself the prize, isn't that relationship destined to fail?
No.
Not necessarily. It depends on who she's dating. If she's dating a guy who, you know, puts women on a pedestal and sees them as like the end-all be-all, then that's on them.
Yeah, happened to me. My own fault. You have to switch. And if people don't actually like it, well, maybe those people are not the best people you have to surround yourself with.
Whatever works for them, as long as they're happy, they're happy. But, you know, a guy who knows his worth, they're not going to go for that.
Well, if the woman is the prize, wouldn't that make the man a simp?
Yes, and there are simps in this world. Like, if there are high-value men and other people who respect themselves.
Yeah, so the fact that you see a woman as a prize, that is a bad thing. Because the moment you get the person, you still need to entertain the person. It's not like the end of all the battles. Hey, you have to still be entertaining. You have to provide something with money or not. If you can't, you're gonna lose the woman anyway.
Want to date a simp?
Some women do. Some women want to be alpha and a boss bitch, you know?
Hey, you're a bunch of degenerates.
I mean, it depends on the male. If the male is like a beta, then he just gonna suck it up and follow behind the female. But if he's an alpha, he gonna be like, I'm not taking that.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of alpha shut up because they're like, it's always something that I need to change about myself. And they just turn off because when somebody sees masculinity, misogyny consistently, but you really like the woman because she gave you some peace, you're going to adapt to that.
Because I think, actually I know I'm a prize. And so I think that a man should value me for what I am.
That's already a wrap for me when somebody talks like that.
Why do so many women go around declaring themselves the prize?
Because they have pussies. It's much harder to find a high-value man than it is an average woman. I can f*** any girl out here, but for her to find a man who has clout, status, money, influence, all that personality and whatnot, it's way harder. Who's funny, tall, 6 foot, physical specimen, it's way harder for her to find that.
Why do so many women think they have the golden pussy when every woman has one?
Entitlement.
Because it feels like a golden pussy. The fact that they have so much control over certain men, that's the reason. You can't feel that comfortable in that power without seeing or feeling that power that it gave you. It's not like, oh, surprise, motherfucker, I'm just very intelligent. No, I don't want to say that you just have a hole because I don't believe you're just that. But for a man, it's part of your whole package. If you don't consider that something, why are you still using that as a power to control the man then?
Do you believe in gender equality?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How can men and women ever be equal if pussy costs more money than dick?
I honestly don't think we will ever be equal. I think that that is a dream that we would love to have, and that's something that we can pursue and fight for. But I don't truly think that we will ever be treated the same.
But the fact that she reacts that way, very confident in like, hey man, yeah, bam, bam. I'm like, yo man, if you see yourself as a prize, maybe something happened in your life that you have to think like they to go forward. You do you. I wish you the best. But at the same time, if you're saying that consistently in a world that you don't believe it's going to be equal, why the heck are you promoting something like that? Because by doing that, you're stepping on so many men that are going to be like, hey, this ain't equal either.
How likely will women pay for dick or make pussy free?
I don't think they will ever have to pay for dick because I feel like men just always want it, so we could just get it whenever we want.
Yeah.
Versus men can't necessarily get it whenever they want.
So then what are we fighting for?
Equal pay.
Come on. Okay, she is trolling like, I'm fighting for women. Hey, lady, do your thing. There was even a post that I saw that a lady says, why would anybody want to do this job? Why are you talking about the masculinity? I'm like, the fact that you complain that nobody wants to do their job because even you think it's hard, why is the man then doing it? Because they're only looking for men because they have the physical power to do it. Don't you understand? You're talking as if you hate a job. Why are you doing that job, man? Well, so you can eat comfortable your avocado in air conditioning.
Man, we kind of just take advantage of women, you know, so it's kind of one of those things. So like, women should love their bodies, should do what they want with their bodies. And I mean, I guarantee you, if you walk up to more men on this strip, they are more willing to fuck you than a woman would.
I don't know where this conversation is going. Okay.
Is it easier for women to sell sex than men?
I mean, men could do gay porn. That
Dude, okay, no, okay. You're thinking too much to find a way to make the thing world freaking game.
Is it harder for a man to get the woman he wants into bed or for a woman to get the man she wants to commit?
Harder for a man to get the woman he wants in bed. Most dudes are lame. They don't have game. They're not cool. They're not funny, smart, tall, handsome, all that shit.
True.
They don't have money. It's harder for them. A woman can most dudes she wants to holler at.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Woman to get the man she wants to commit, I would say.
Cap.
If women think men are trash, why are they so interested in getting his commitment?
Good.
Maybe for security.
A lot of these bitches don't be like feeling like they gotta be like wife material, baby. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Even if you do what you do in the streets, baby. Yeah, you do. You gotta cook. You gotta clean. You gotta do all that. You feel me? You gotta abide by your man's rules. You gotta bow down. You gotta do. You feel me? Like I don't know. Like
There seems to be like a deal that you have to find between each other. You have to agree on something. But the thing is, I don't see the ideas of a man very malleable in the long run. If you find a man that tells your wife, you know what, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna take care of the baby, I'm gonna clean, bada beam, bada boom, but you are going to be responsible for all the payments because you're doing something at HR, you're responsible for everything, pay for everything, right? And I'll just be home, chilling, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and when you come home, we will have funky funky because I'm not that tired. I'm cleaning everything for funky funky.
Immediately regret this decision.
Find a bunch of women that would agree with that. Then I would say, you know what? Men are malleable. But in these days, I don't think a woman wants a malleable man. It's more like they want a masculine man that they can control.
it's a lot.
Why will women often withhold sex when men have a stronger biological need for sex than women?
That's their only way of power. That's how they can control relationships, is sex.
Should men withhold attention and resources when men are unhappy with women?
Yes.
Yes.
Not all, but a lot of women will leverage sex over men, so is it fair for a man to leverage attention and resources over women?
I don't think it's fair either way. However, I do think that when it comes to sex, that it should be a consensual thing regardless. So if someone doesn't want to, then they shouldn't have to, no matter what.
Always when they have this topic, it's like, hey man, you're raping me. And I'm like, wait a second. You don't have any experience in this situation. You haven't been in a relationship for years. When you are at that moment, even if your man wants to do something, it's not to say, hey man, open your leg, I'm just gonna browse in. No, you have to talk, moment, hey, how beautiful, bada bing, bada boom, and you do something in that go in that direction. Because the same way, if you want it to be consensual, then whatever money I earn, I don't want to buy something that you buy that I might think that's useless for my future. I'm not saying that you have to force yourself to do something, but the moment you think so negative about your own body as if this is my thing and if I don't want to do something, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, oh, not even if I give you a massage, I turn on a candle, bada bing bam boom. Well, I guess my knees, I'm just going to get it off somewhere else, right? Really? That is what you want to normalize? That doesn't mean I feel disrespected, used, as if I'm nothing but a cash machine that should be like bling bling bling. I'm rich. In relationships that are lasting for a very long time, we don't see partner as a cash machine. It's not a open your leg bram 24/7 because it's your obligation. It's so that let's spend some chill time together. Sweating.
Why do women pride themselves on manipulation as a skill when they already control what men want?
not all women have that ability. I mean, manipulation, I mean, I can do it, but like a woman, they can do about anything they want, you know? Because men are dumb enough to fucking pay for it, or men are dumb enough to do it.
Oh, I don't even like this logic because I would never say a woman is dumb enough to do it. This guy, I don't see this guy as a guy that understands things of a guy. He's more talking about gays and talking about women in a certain way that I'm like, it's very condescending that you use that term to be like, you're stupid enough to do it. Do you think I'm going to be, hey lady, you're just stupid because you did it anyway? Why are you in that room alone with that man?
But just like not all women can do it, not all men can afford to pay for it or would pay for it, right? What is the best and the worst thing about being a woman?
The best and the worst thing about being a woman? Okay. The best thing about being a woman is like being a woman. I think it's like being like, yeah, I'm a woman and it's incredible. And the worst thing is like having to be afraid all the time, walking around here alone or any place.
It does feel weird where people look at you in a way that they're only interested how you look naked. I'm not gonna deny that.
Okay, is it realistic to think that nobody should ever feel unsafe?
If it's realistic, I don't know, but it's like my dream.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, okay? Just because women feel afraid all the time, does that mean they really have a right to be afraid all the time?
Sure.
Well, at the same time, if a woman is attacked in public and a man is attacked in public, who is more likely to be rescued?
I don't know. I think.
Okay, the talking about being afraid, her mind is already set up to be afraid. Damn, that was a little more scary than I thought. If a man is getting beat up, people will try to save you. And if it's a woman, everybody will save you. So officially, you shouldn't feel that unsafe in public places. But at night, I can understand it.
I guess you're afraid.
That's a post-trauma from my home.
Do you think men are the biggest threat to women, or are men the biggest protectors of women?
It can go either way,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, it's the good men out there that want to protect, but then there's also bad men that want to do terrible things. For the person that's assaulting, there's also a good guy that's there to save. Yeah.
But aren't most cops and soldiers men?
Yes.
Officially right now, I think there are way more men that want to protect you. It's just at specific places at night where men that will protect you are not easily accessible. Yes, of course, you're going to find bad men. Bad men are always at those locations. So it's sensible to avoid those places. I know I'm limiting your life, but hey man, I'm limiting you also of gangster trauma. I don't want to walk at night alone. Are you freaking crazy?
What percentage of men that you encounter catcall you?
A lot.
Probably 85%.
Like we were just touched like multiple times just walking.
Some guy grabbed my nose about 20 minutes ago.
My wife doesn't mind catcalling at all. Because most people that catcall you, they catcall you in a nice, respectful way. Very simple. Hey, beautiful. Hey, you look good. Nah, 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 nah. But I think if you have a culture that is shutting that down, the only people that's going to open their mouth are the most gangster people. So only the vile, you're only going to hear the vile things.
How often do you fear for your safety when a man catcalls you?
100%.
What the hell is even that?
What the heck? What the heck? Okay, see? Exactly the point that I was trying to make.
Now, I'm not excusing it. Why is catcalling such a big deal?
I think catcalling is such a big deal because I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little pan of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. This is not an invitation for you to come objectify me or decide that this body is meant for you. It's
I don't think anybody is dressing beautiful to represent themselves in a suit or whatever by saying, you know what, I don't want you to see me in a different way just because I dress this clothes. I don't agree that they see you as something that I can just funky, but if you dress beautiful, come on. That's like the David Chappelle joke. Why would you dress like a cop and when they go, hey cop, they're beating somebody just because I'm dressed this way, that doesn't mean I'm a cop. I mean, come on, man. You're sending a different message. And if we're not allowed to call that out, why do you feel attracted at men with specific expressive way with money and anything, right? Rich men have issues to find a woman that doesn't see them as a pin machine, right? So by that term, when they dress in a specific way and they only attract the weird woman, I call them out too. It works both ways, but the only people that get pushed back are the women, right? Kevin Samuels calls bad Alden. Nobody cared. But then a bunch of women that don't even fall in the category of high value women calls him angry. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, hey man, pick and choose, but if there's no equality on both sides, I don't see how we can solve any issue.
For a lot of women who say they dress for themselves, why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy outfits when it's freezing outside?
Because I made that money, and I'm going to spend that money on some cute heels. And I worked on this body, and I'm going to show it off.
Stop it. Get some help.
Then why can I not say, hey, beautiful, you look good today? See, you can have a topic and change it a few minutes later.
Get that, but I'm just saying if they were dressing for themselves, wouldn't they be comfortable?
Yeah. I think that me in heels looks a lot better than me in just a pair of sweatpants. I do feel better, and that is still for me. Even if it's not the most comfortable, it feels good to me.
If a woman has lots of sexy photos on her dating profile and no bio, should she be surprised if guys are only contacting her for hookups?
Oh, absolutely
No.
not. No.
Definitely not.
Why not?
Because she's kind of asking for that attention.
Is she not promoting herself in the same fashion if she's out walking the streets in a slutty outfit?
No.
No.
Why would it make a difference if you're online or out in public?
Because you're posting those photos for like a specific dating app while you're walking outside. It's like how you want to dress.
I dress this way because I want to dress this way for me and not for anyone else. And also, at least here, if you're going to a club, they have dress codes, and you have to dress a certain way in order to get in, and that is why we are dressed this way.
Well, actually, I agree with her on that point. If you have to dress in a specific way to enter a club, I totally agree with you. I just don't understand that you be like, well, I always do it for myself and I'm not doing for the dopamine effect.
How original.
That is a lie. And as long as you don't acknowledge that, I can't even trust you with your answer. Because I know you don't want to be honest about it. But you still want the dopamine effect and all the things, depending on who said the same quote that made you look beautiful. Because an ugly person can, but a beautiful man can. You know, it's like tomato, but you be, oh no, that's an orange. Ugh.
So why can people make assumptions about you online but not in person?
I think they can make assumptions about both, but online I feel like it kind of goes for more like what you post, because you can kind of choose what you want to post and what you don't want to post. Whereas in person, I guess you can choose what you want to wear and what you don't want to wear, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
You didn't even answer the question. It doesn't make any sense. You are afraid of men with good reason. Very simple. If you don't like people to approach you, I get it.
Why do you think women can't just ignore catcalling instead of just hating on all men?
Because when we ignore catcalling, they don't stop. Like they'll just come up to us and like be more in our face and more aggressive when we do ignore them.
I think actually when ladies are actually nice by just, hey man, hi, hope you have a nice day. That is when men come, oh, it's finally a girl that responded.
I don't really think there's a way to win. There's been times when I can ignore it and they back off, or there's been times when I've confronted it and they back off, or vice versa. I don't say anything, I continue to get followed. I do say something, I put myself in even more danger. You really just have to gauge the situation, and there really is no right answer to what to do.
Is every time I go out, no matter how I look, someone is being inappropriate with me, and that's when it becomes an issue, because it is inappropriate. And I don't mind, like you say, inappropriate things happen every day, like people either touching you or trying to get something from you. But when it's, I can imagine that's why celebrities struggle being a celebrity status, because they are constantly hounded for attention, and that's how I feel when a guy whistles at me.
Right, but the fact that you bring up celebrities, right? If you ask a celebrity, if you had to give up the idea of being famous in order to never ever deal with paparazzi, would they give up the privilege of being famous?
Probably not.
Would you give up the privilege of being sexy as fuck?
My wife keeps getting called all the time, and she's like, oh man, a guy came by and he told me this. And we just laugh about it. She doesn't feel threatened. If somebody approaches her and says, hey man, I'm married, it's all good, but thank you for the compliment. That's it. Unless you're telling me that men are coming at you, grabbing your butt, holding you and shaking you, I would agree with you. But there is such a gangster feel for somebody, hey beautiful, that's not the end of the world. But most ladies that don't even care about that, they're not on the internet. It's like they're reading all these articles online 24/7. They start believing it, and the first guy that says something, let me look. Hey, is he beautiful? Does he have something like a misogyny? And depending on that, you will explode or not.
Does the way that you dress attract the type of attention you want?
Not always.
Not always.
So is it fair to blame society, or is it better to just change your own behavior?
I don't know.
I would say that society is the reason that a lot of the problems that we see with dating occur. However, I do think that there are ways for people to avoid them and or change their behavior accordingly.
100%.
Okay.
I take the steps to make myself feel safer. I carry weapons to be able to protect myself. I learn how to ward off that attention.
I wonder where you're gonna hide that weapon in such a way that you actually feel safe. Because even you're like, well, I can hide the big knife. And it's, yeah, but with all the tight clothes, You might cut yourself before you get the knife out. It feels that in USA you guys feel way more men are aggressive, way more than in European countries.
I've learned how to gauge the body language of if I yell at this man for hitting on me, is he going to become dangerous or is he going to go away? I've learned how to understand that and figure out what to do in that situation.
And one last question, which I think you just touched upon. I ask, when does blaming society end and personal responsibility begin?
Whenever you're ready to accept it.
We're literally too stupid to insult.
When you have a specific victimhood, it's like the way you are talking right now with that unique face that you have, people in countries that are way worse than Western countries are like, hey man, that's just a stupid guy. Just ignore it. It's like the more comfortable you are, the more you get triggered by the smallest of things because you're used to getting triggered naturally for some odd reason. I don't like a comfortable life because usually it creates stupid problems.
I'm going to get off social media and realize that I'm the problem. I think everyone, a part of them is like, no, the world's against me. And so it's whenever you're ready to accept that.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I have to accept that the world is against you. I'm not ready to accept that. And I'm not going to turn myself to make you feel comfortable because I know when I do that at that level, you're going to create a new issue that I need to understand. And if I don't, I'm the problem again. Nah, man, miss me. Especially when I have a circle of friends, ladies, that don't have this issue at all. But hey, you do you.
Well, yeah, took you long enough.
Because this whole social thing that you think is an issue is your own fault in my view. Because all the social media, exploring yourself, don't see me as a funky stuff. But when you go outside, the first thing you want to do is dance in a very funky way, in a very sexual way. And then I'm like, what do you want? You can't have it both ways. I can't say like, don't look at me like a nerd, but I have a glass up, but I always talk about Dragon Balls and anime and games like that.
You are one pathetic loser.
It's a double-edged sword. Pick and choose the one that you want to get caught. But don't be like, hey man, I'm the only one getting caught. Everybody is getting caught.
Yeah, you know what? In Israel, women are badasses. They can beat the shit out of guys. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, maybe more American women should serve in the army, and they'll know how to defend themselves.
Maybe more men needs to like not be attacking.
Well, I think we can do both.
Maybe.
I think we can do both. I don't condone the guys who do that.
Fuck her into the pussy!
Oh my god. What the heck? 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 Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Oh man, yeah, I like to scare girls to stump them with stupid comments. I mean, it's fun, but hey,
Ew.
Once in a while, I would never scare a girl that's cutting some chicken with a big knife because it's just stupid. There are decisions that are just too stupid.
I can wear pants. I can wear a top that shows most of my body, and I continue to do so because of all the women who fought for that. Women got the right to vote 102 years ago. That's it. There are women older than that on this planet who were not able to legally vote for the leadership in this country. We do this for them. We wear this shit for them. We do what we want. We have sex with whoever we want for them because we are still continuing to fight every single day. I am constantly hit on at my place of employment, my professional place of employment. I am treated like a child or like a sex object every single day of my life. And I'm going to keep on fighting to make that not fucking happen, or to make that so that I can feel safe being able to look as I do and to be as young as I am and go out and be completely safe. I'm going to keep on fighting for that.
And the way you talk, you seem to be like the little mosquito that they just left. But look, man, hey man, you do you. Life is good, sometimes beautiful. It's a very weird social thing that's happening, and I just want ladies to at least be accountable for certain things. World is bad, yes. Gangster men, they exist. Do I like them? No. Just because I agree with them, what irritates me, that doesn't mean how I want to solve it is the same thing. But just because I want to have this feeling, you can destroy my life in marriage and a lot of stuff. But hey, you do you. You're the victim. I can never be the victim. Just like the man that was raped when he was 16, the lady went to prison, came out, and the guy had to pay child support. But hey, it's the law, right? You never place the law. No, you never advocated for the law. It's not in your power. But for the safety, he's a collateral damage I'm willing to accept. And now you wonder why my feminist wife decided, you know what, I don't want to be part of that. especially when he has 2 boys now. Now she's like, damn, I need to change the way I'm thinking.